And Kenya plans to engage with the commercial lenders to reschedule the debt repayment following the collapse of the Finance Bill 2024. Acting National Treasury Cabinet Secretary Mudavadi says the government is facing a major debt distress due to the failed finance bill that sought to raise an extra 300 billion shillings to help in debt repayment. Mudavadi was addressing the National Assembly Budget and Appropriation Committee.
Kenya is facing a debt crisis, with the country spending 70% of its revenue on debt and interest rate repayment. This is exerting pressure on the country's fiscal space, with the government being forced to raise more taxes to finance its program. The government was hoping to raise an extra 300 billion shillings to bridge a yawning budget deficit and finance loan repayment. But following weeks of deadly protests, the president declined to sign the bill into law, forcing Treasury to go back to the drawing board to finance the budget.
These are largely concessionary funds. It's the commercial ones that are hitting us very hard. But the reality is, they are sovereign debt. We cannot run away from it. Even if another person took over, whether it is a Tandy and he became president of Kenya today, and maybe one day he will become, he will still have to deal with the public debt. It will not be written off. So people should stop moving around and giving the impression that these debts can be written off. They will not be written off. We have to pay.
Acting Treasury Cabinet Secretary Mudavadi says Kenya is also in talks with the International Monetary Fund to hasten the approval of another $3.6 billion package that seeks to cushion the economy for external forex shocks.
For us to resolve our debt challenge, we have to have a program with the IMF. It cannot be otherwise. And if anybody continues to mislead people that you can walk away from the IMF and all this and have your way, it is not true.
According to IMF, Kenya needs to address the declining tax to GDP ratio, with the tax to GDP ratio declining for almost a decade since its peak of 15.4% in the 2014-2015 financial year. Over the same period, the Public Debt Service to Revenue ratio, an indicator of Kenya's capacity to repay its debt obligations, has increased markedly from about 35 to about 60% of revenues. Frederick Mwoki for Prime Edition.